one of the things that's necessary about narrative is that it allows us to express timeless things about the human condition. And that if you want to update something, if you want to update The Lord of the Rings, if you want to update any show that you're thinking about, if you want to update Cyberpunk, because it came from a tabletop game that was called Cyberpunk 2020, and then they made the game in 2020 that was called Cyberpunk 2077. So God only knows what will happen in 2077. If you want to do that, what you do is you can update the world to some degree to reflect the conditions of our time, and then ask, what are people like under those conditions? Now, a fantasy world is a little harder because fantasy is already divorced enough from reality by definition. And it gives it a lot of freedom to express metaphorically human experiences in a way that something that's like a historical drama or something can't. It's too concrete. All of this is to say, as a preface, that our culture right now has a problem where it has a newness and novelty problem. Newness is a genuine originality that builds off of the old, and novelty is the subversion of expectations. And it's a bunch of tricks and games to mimic true originality. Things like the new Lord of the Rings show are an example of that. But Cyberpunk Edgerunners is totally original in the newness sense, that it really nails a genre. It moves the genre in an interesting way. And it even blends things because it's an anime. It's also, and it's a cyberpunk thing. And obviously, even in like Blade Runner, one of the
Yep.
classic cyberpunk movies, there's this kind of strange Eastern and Western blending where you hear Chinese being spoken or Japanese being spoken on the streets with neon Atari like advertisements going on. And this kind of turns that up by making it an anime. It is now very Japanese, even more so than the other ones, but it's cool. So that's initial thoughts. I thought the show overall is very interesting. I really like the narrative. I like the characters. It starts out sort of like just a typical anime, but it grows